that's just freaking rude. That's really rude. Hey guys, it's Monday, and as you saw, that is my new Thor light. It's actually a kid's nightlight, but they can't be the ones to have all of the fun here. So today I'm actually going to be doing a review of the game Injustice, which everybody should have picked up last Tuesday. But first, to address the other geeks. Hi Ro, I'm really hoping you enjoyed the game so far. Your edition came with a lot more than mine, so I'm assuming you got a different collector's edition. But everything you showed was really, really cool, and I might have to ask you for some of the scans of the costumes because I am in love with the Flash costume. Like, it's ridiculous. Luluco, I effing love you, and I'm not sure how you don't see that being called a T-Rex isn't awesome, because T-Rexes are really cool. Can we be T-Rexes together? Mario, at some point I will definitely give that comic a try, but for anybody else who's not a really big Superman fan, I recommend checking out the comic Superman Red Sun, which is more about Batman being awesome, but this Superman's kind of cool too. You just gotta trust me, look it up, Superman Red Sun, do it. And Nikki, I literally sat with that Iron Man figure for a good 10 minutes trying to do the exact same thing you did with the helmet, and I was like, why aren't the notches freaking working, and why can't I just slide it open? And then I just like put it there and I was like, well, I hope it just stays, because I don't know how else to freaking put this helmet on your face. And then it stayed, and I was like, oh, it's a magnet. And then we also had some questions this week. Luluco asked two, the first one being what kind of crafting artist thing do we want to try, or have we tried, how to go, something. Well, I've always really wanted to try like doing the super cool stuff that they do on Face Off, like all the molding and like making stuff from the mold. But my problem is that I suck so bad with sculpting things. So Luluco asked a second question, and that was if a convention's really difficult to get into, like it sells out really fast like Comic-Con, does that make you want to go more, less, what? I don't want to say it doesn't make me not want to go to the convention. I just dread trying to get tickets for it, because it's always disappointing if you can't get the tickets for something you really want to attend. I know my fellow geeks have kind of given up on going to Comic-Con, but if they do the registration system how they did this year, maybe I can help you guys get tickets, because anybody who's going to 2013 Comic-Con can usually pre-register before everybody else for getting 2014 Comic-Con tickets. So if that's something you guys are interested in, I'm totally willing to help you out if I can. And then Nikki had a question, and she asked what movie we're most looking forward to this summer, and why would you do that? Who asked that question? What? I mean, I'm really looking forward to all of like the big summer hits. I've already pretty much finished my my Spock costume that I'm wearing to the premiere, hopefully, and so I'm really looking forward to that one. I'm really looking forward to Great Gatsby, because it's one of my favorite books of all time, and I loved Kick-Ass 2, and I'm really excited for Iron Man 3, because that starts the phase 2 of the Avengers series. And oh my god, why would you have me pick that? That's so mean. I'm just gonna say Great Gatsby and call it a day. And with all that said and done, now for Injustice review. Injustice was created by the same people who do the Mortal Kombat series, and it definitely has that same Mortal Kombat feel to it. You can definitely tell with a lot of the movesets, the way the combos are, even the way you jump is very all Mortal Kombat-ish style. I was actually really surprised at how good the story mode was in this game, because usually in fighting games it's kind of just a thrown together story, just fight after fight after fight, and it gets you to the last battle and then blah. But this game actually had a really good story, and I guess it makes sense because they're a comic book company and it's a comic book universe. So I guess it makes more sense for them to have a really good story that goes along with it. The premise is that Our heroes are pulled into an alternate world where Superman kind of turned evil after he accidentally kind of killed Lois Lane, his unborn child, and then blew up Metropolis with a giant nuke. So you can tell where Superman kind of got a little evil in the mix there. It makes sense. Can you really blame him? Either way, he's evil, so you have to like try to take him down and then get yourself back to good alternate universe where you came from. And throughout the whole thing, you're just fighting other people, you're fighting good guys, you're fighting bad guys, you have bad guys being good guys on your team. It's just a whole lot of twists and turns in, I think it was 12 chapters of the game. It was very, very difficult for me to put down the game in story mode. I finished the game in 2 sittings and it was roughly a 4-ish hour playthrough. Don't quote me on that though. For the fighting style, like I said, was very reminiscent of Mortal Kombat games in that there are very similar combo styles and the way you can chain things together. Each character also has like their own special kind of button. It's just a special ability that's distinct for their character. So like Batman can throw these like little battery operated batarangs and they kind of protect him. They can be defensive or offensive. And it's just really nifty how they kind of put different aspects of the characters into those moves. Each of the characters also has a like special move that you can do once like your little power bar at the bottom is filled, and those are really, really nifty. By far the coolest one is, oddly enough, Aquaman's, because you get eaten by a shark. Second place probably goes to Batman because he runs you over with a Batmobile. And third place probably goes to the Flash, who literally runs around the world to gain momentum just to punch you in the face. A little disappointed with some of the characters that they chose to put in the game, just because I feel like they could have done some more popular characters as opposed to some more minor characters. I mean, if you're gonna have an ice villain, why is it not Mr. Freeze? And Solomon Grundy is by no means an unpopular character, but he's not someone who you'd be like, yeah, he's my favorite villain in DC. I know they're going to be bringing a lot more characters. They've already announced Lobo as one of the downloadable characters, and they will soon be adding more to that roster, I'm sure. Damien. Time will only tell which characters will actually be put into the series, and which ones will maybe have to wait until an Injustice 2 comes out. Another positive for the game are the stages that you play through, because you can actually interact with all the stages. You can break through walls to go into further parts of the stages. You can pick up objects and throw them at people. You can use different things and kick people into things, and it's really nifty the way they kind of tied the world in with the characters. You don't see that very often in fighting games, so it was a really nice touch that they did that. Also to note about that is not everybody can do the exact same thing with the objects around them. So for example, Superman or someone who's equally as strong can pick up a giant boulder and like throw it at somebody, but a much lighter character who doesn't have as much strength can use it as a defensive maneuver and actually jump off of it and dodge an attack or something. The graphics on the game are beautiful. I literally cannot stop staring at some of the images when you're in the menu screens because they are so beautiful. They even did a really solid job with the voice casting for the characters. I don't think there's anybody who was like, oh, they sound terrible. With the way the combos and the characters kind of have their own distinct ways of fighting, the game is very friendly for both new fighting game players and more advanced players. So the game really just has a great overall mix and feel to it. I definitely recommend it if you're a fighting game fan or just a DC fan in general. I totally rate this a 4.5 out of 5-star game. So hopefully this video didn't run too long. I know I tend to ramble when I come to reviews, but definitely check it out. Make sure to like and subscribe and check out the other awesome geeks this week. Like us on Facebook, and I'll see you next Monday. Okay, bye. Yes, Thor, that's awesome, it lights up, but you still need to take it out of my wall.